I'm very excited to introduce to you Angela Jolly. Angela and I kind of keep bumping into each other across our ministry career type journeys in various places, partly because we both share a passion for schools ministry. And currently, Angela is the Executive Director of the Schools Ministry Group, who one aspect of that is overseeing the chaplaincy program in schools across South Australia. Which is a great job for her to have, because she passionately believes that the local church's involvement with schools can significantly shape a young generation and impact our nation. And she will be sharing from that passion this morning. So please welcome her to our stage.
I think most of you are probably aware of the Schools Ministry Group and the scope of the program, but and I apologise for those that know it well, I'll just take a few minutes just to help you understand the history and origins of SMG. Today, we have a very different school culture and context to what we had back in the 70s, when a significant change happened. So in 1972, religious education was actually removed from the curriculum in schools. So the local clergy basically said, we can't do this anymore, it's too hard, we don't have the resources. And so the church was regularly involved with schools on a weekly basis, and that just stopped, and there was just nothing. And so what was exciting is that it was people that went, hang on a minute, that's not okay, that's not right. And there were people that were engaged in creating and designing chaplaincy, because that was happening in other states. And there was a group called United Christian Forum. So Schools Ministry Group grew the chaplaincy program, and the local church were giving significant money to the program. And then I suppose in the mid-2000s, there was a bit of a move from a number of different states around how could we actually get funding from the government for this program. And it's not often that you would think that a government would fund a program that's based on faith and that is obviously having a Christian presence in schools. So miraculously, because I think it is, that program was funded, and so in 2008 the National School Chaplaincy Program was implemented across Australia. So Schools Ministry Group went from having about 150 schools totally funded by the community, and that's awesome. But they had the capacity to expand that wasn't that big, and so the program perhaps would have just slowly grown. So we actually doubled our program within a very short period of time, and it's exciting that we've got more than 340 schools now that have the program, and that equates to about 60% of all government schools in South Australia have a CPS worker. But at the same time, we've got lots of other Christian ministry happening in schools as well. So around the state at the moment, there's 90 approximately different support groups that are gathering together to actually coordinate schools ministry in their local community. Our vision statement is, I suppose I want to unpack it for you, and I hope that you can own it a little bit too. So helping a young generation discover purpose, value and hope. We've actually just engaged a marketing person to work with us at the moment, and we were thrashing around what would be our taglines and mission statements and everything, and the staff fought really hard to keep purpose, value and hope in our mission statement. And if we're thinking we're going into a school community and we're saying that it's a secular environment, but we're saying this is what we want to do. So what do we want to do? We want to offer young people purpose. So many young people today don't know why they've been created, why they've been born, what is my purpose in life. So we want to be able to help them to understand that they've been created for a reason, and that is to have a relationship with Jesus. Providing a Christian presence to every school in South Australia is what I would love to see happen. I'm not saying we have to have a chaplain or a CPS worker in every school, but to have a Christian presence. So that might be a breakfast program, a lunchtime program, a mentoring program. There are lots of different organisations and mission groups that are providing services to schools. But just quickly, schools at the moment, there's around about 555 government schools. There's around 93 independent and 110 Catholic schools in South Australia. So we've got about 760 schools. Another thing that I think is phenomenal is that we actually have protocols and policies for religious activities in government schools. So we've got a framework like this, but we also have, and they've been around for a while, but they've just recently been updated, that it talks about the different areas that the Christian community can be involved with schools. Is that not giving us permission to be there? Absolutely. So we wouldn't have those things in place if they were saying we don't want you there. They might want to kind of control us because they're a little bit scared of what might be happening and what our true motives are. So I didn't actually ask the question, could we, should we, maybe we could. I'm saying the church must engage with schools. If we're saying the schools are the hub of the community, a lot of kids, well, everyone now between basically 4 and 18 are in school. They spend most of their waking hours there, a lot of them because of parents working from 6 in the morning till 6 at night. What does that mean? We need to be recognising that people aren't building communities around a church anymore, they're building communities around schools. Okay, so if we're not connecting and engaging, we need to be doing that.